Okay, so with that, we will start with Jenkins freestyle jobs today. I think pretty much we have covered how to the installation part and the overview on Jenkins, right? So let me take you to the screen. Just confirm me, guys, once you are able to see my screen.
Yeah, yes, Dinesh.
Okay, so this is the Jenkins server. Let me start this. Yeah, you can remove VCP and move it to the new fun. C2, instance limit pregnancy control. Instance limits. Just a minute, I think something has been changed at AWS. No, it's not starting. Okay, guys, something is off. I'm not sure why it's not allowing us to, start this server again.
Alex,
Okay, so Amber, what's happening? See, I'm trying to start this instance, Inventec Jenkins. As soon as you start it, it's showing this error. And I checked here under quotas, there is no such quota for vCPU.
can you open this up? Not this. What kind of machine is this? P2
Come again?
medium. Can you go for P3 medium? P3.
We are going to change it to T3 dot medium, correct?
And see what is the CPU? Two CPU, right? Can you go for P? Yeah, this is what.
It's fine.
Two what you CPU, right?
Let me
Can you
try
go
then.
for yeah, just a flat.
Sorry,
Can you go for P3 small?
T3 small.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
yeah, just a flat.
Okay, now
Okay, can you create a new VM? This was running before.
yeah, it is actually running. It's everything configured, the jobs and everything. Something is wrong with this instance, or it's some AWS misconfiguration?
So I'm just checking. Check it.
Mhm. Sorry, guys. Actually, this is a blocker for us. So let's change this. Let's change this issue. Hey, do we have any solution for this?
Yeah.
Or do you want me to launch an instance? Should I go with the new instance
Just try again. Yeah, try to launch a new instance.
of tier to medium, right?
Use P3. They are more recent.
Okay, the
Versions.
latest generation.
School bill. So you read it.
Yeah, I go with Reddit only.
Also subscription.
Easier medium, smile. TT small is also fine, right? 2 GB is fine, correct?
Yeah.
If I think I already have. Launch wizard 13.
The machine is also running.
Mm-hmm.
Starting. One is the other machine is also running.
Sorry, my voice is echoing.
So the other machine is also working. You can just use it if you have already have one. So
Okay.
yeah, the machine is running now.
Okay. So let me then terminate this new one. What was the issue actually?
Some quota was applied. It was not here, it was in the billing section. So I just removed the quota.
Okay. So let me terminate this new one.
Yeah, the one is running. Just try to access it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you for your help. Okay, guys. So if you have this kind of error sometime, always try to connect with your admin team. Okay. Like at the backend side, they apply some quota. Uh, this quota basically means some kind of limitation. So it cannot go beyond that. So the same happened here. If there was some quota applied on this account, so yeah, pretty much it now works. Let me quickly terminate this new one. Otherwise, we don't need this now. Admin. Okay. Okay, so let's get started. Today we will create a freestyle job and we'll explore all of the options for the freestyle job. So what's the difference between freestyle job and a pipeline job? In the freestyle job, we can do all of the configuration from this free from this UI only. While in the pipeline, we need to write each and every automation with the help of code. So pipelines are difficult to set up because there we need to write the code and everything. While freestyles are easiest to set up because everything can be managed from this graphical interface. I will just say freestyle demo, freestyle project. Okay, just give it a name and select this freestyle project. So here we are. Now, if you see, here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 total 6 types of configuration. Let's explore them one by one, like in each of all what you can do. So the first section is general section. Here you can provide a description. Okay, like what is the purpose of this job, and okay, so you can provide the description here. It's an optional thing, but it's good to have, so that if any other user is seeing this job, he will, by reading this description, he will get to know what's the idea behind this job. So created this job to learn. Okay, so then what's that? Apply it. Now you see this discard old build. What it does, as we all know that whenever we run the job, it keeps on creating build numbers. Like so, if I show you, okay. So as soon as we run this job, we can build now. We see this build number one. If I click one more time, that will be build number two. One more time, build number three. So, but over the time, if you click, just keep on running this job, you will be end up by, here thousands of build. And each build actually, consumes some space on the Jenkins server or wherever they are running. So to avoid that, we can use the option of discard old builds. So we can click on discard old build. Now we can specify here two options we have. Either we can decide like for how many long days we want to keep the build, or we can specify by the number of the builds, like how many builds we want to keep in the job. So I will say that I want to have maximum 3 builds of a job, of this job. Okay. So let me apply it. Save. Now, see there are 3 builds. As soon as I click on build now, okay, it has created 4 builds, but we specify that we want to keep at max 3 builds, right? So let me refresh this page. You see, the number one build is gone. Now two, three, four. So what it will do? It will keep only latest three builds. Clear, guys? That how you can use to save storage on your server. Okay, now if I build it one more time, it will delete this number two build. It will keep three, four, five. So at any point of time, it's gonna keep three latest builds. Any question, guys? Okay, so you can use this option. Discard old builds. GitHub project, we'll see it later. Now next is this project is parameterized. So by this option, we can create the parameters for this job. What is the parameter? Parameters are basically to make your job dynamic or to provide input to your job. For example, this job is to build an application, then test it and deploy it. So every time it will deploy to the same environment or to the same server. So if you want to keep on changing, let's say I want a way that whatever environment I will select, dev, test, or prod, it should deploy our application on that environment. Like it should not be the static one. Like we should be able to decide or we should be able to select from our end that where we want to deploy this. Okay. So let's say I selected this project is parameterized. Now let me add some parameter. Let's say I will add a choice parameter. So here you can add different kinds of parameter. A Boolean parameter that will create a checkbox. Let me show it. And you need to give a name for this parameter. We will just say checkbox. Check this box for you box. Okay, so we can check this. We'll show you how it creates. And another parameter, I can create a choice parameter. Here, we can give multiple values. Now, instead of build now, it will show build with parameter option. Okay, you see, apart from this build now, see previously it was showing build now option. Now it show build with parameter option. If you click on this, see, that's how Boolean parameter will create a checkbox. So you can select it, check or not, and based on that, you can do something in your job. For example, if I want to run the test cases, I can select this box, and based on that, it will run the test case. And if I where I want to deploy my application, I can select one of the environment, dev test environment. Okay, right now it won't work because our job is just a dummy job. So whatever I select, it don't work actually. So later on, I will show you how to bind these parameters with the job so that they will actually make difference in the job. Guys, am I making sense to you so far? Just confirm me by yes or no.
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool,
Stitch.
cool. Okay, so that's how you can use these parameters. And not only one, you can create multiple Boolean parameter, multiple choice parameter. Okay, and even we have the file parameter, string parameter. Let's see if you want if you want the user to provide some input, then you can use the string parameter. I can create one more Boolean parameter, one more choice parameter. There is no such limitation. Okay, and if you don't want it all, just uncheck this box, and all this parameter will be gone. Okay, next this throttle builds. Now here we can define a minimum time between two builds. So assume there is a job, this job, and this job takes, let's say, 5 minutes to run. So you just click on build now button. This job is running. Now, if you again click on build now button, it should immediately start the job. If you again click on the button, it will immediately start one more job, one more build. So to avoid that, you can enforce a minimum time between them. Okay, so let's say if I select here time period 60 and so yeah, minute, it means it's saying that there will be 1 minute of a gap between the builds. Like if I am running build number one and immediately if you hit build now button, it won't start actually immediately. It will wait for 1 minute. Then only it will start the next build. Clear guys? And next is last is the execute concurrent builds if necessary. What does that mean? It's saying that if actually you need to run, two concurrent builds together, then you have to select this box.
Sir, what this means, execute concurrent.
Concurrent means together. See, if you go to this job, okay. See, if I click on build with parameter, it will start a build, right? If I again click on build with parameter, it will start again one more build, whether it finishes or not. Okay. So threshold means we can define a minimum gap between the builds. Like if build number 5 is running, let's not run build number 6. But if we selected the concurrent build option, then it will immediately start running the other build as well. Build number 5, 6, 7 all together. If we use that, if we don't enforce that, then it will give gap between these builds. Because what happens if multiple builds are running together, that will unnecessarily make our server slow. Now is it clear?
Dinesh, can you please explain?
Do you want me to explain one more time?
Yes, yes.
Okay, okay. So first of all, let me take out this. Okay. So we have two options here: throttle builds and execute concurrent builds if necessary. So throttle builds means providing a gap between two builds. So assume our freestyle job demo jobs build number 5 is running, and if you again click on build now button, it will wait for at least 1 minute between the two builds. Okay, and execute concurrent builds if necessary. If if let's say if it is necessary and you purely want the two builds to run parallelly together, then you can select this option. Now is it clear?
Dinesh, are we really going to use these throttle commands or concurrent build commands in real time?
Very rarely, but yes. Why? I will tell you. Assume you are doing a prod deployment. Okay, your pipeline is running and it is doing the production deployment, and that takes 10 to 20 minutes. That is running. If someone accidentally click on build now button, then again it will start one more deployment. So we can avoid that thing by here.
Okay.
Got it? But if you know that you want to run the two parallel builds together, then you can select this box to concurrently run the builds. Now clear?
Clear,
Yes, yes.
Dinesh.
Okay. Okay. Next option is we have this source code management. Now, if you want to connect a repository here, then you can use this option. Okay, so let's say if I select Git and let me log into GitHub. Let's say I have this repository, Java sample app. I want to clone this. This is a public repository, so that's fine. We don't need any credentials. And which branch I want to copy? Main developer release. So I will go with main. Let me provide repository URL. Credential not required because this is a public repo. Yeah, branch name is required. I will say main. Okay, so let's build now. And let's check the logs. This Jenkins works really slow here. Okay, you see, we are seeing some good stuff here. Now git init and server repository URL, git checkout. It's getting the last commit message and first time build, skipping change log, finish successful. It means it has cloned our repository. Okay, how we can verify, how we can see all those files? Let's go to the top of the job. See, there is the option of workspace. If you click on this, see, you can see all those files. SRC, Jenkins file, POM XML, README, Sonar project properties. If I go to this repo, here also I can see all these files. So now Jenkins is connected to the GitHub repo. Any question, guys, so far? Any question, guys?
No,
No.
Okay. So that's simple, for the public repository, you just need your repository URL, be it HTTP or SSH, whatever, and the branch name which you want to clone. Okay. For the private ones, we need to provide the credentials. That also I will show you. Now let me show you the common error that you may get while connecting with your GitHub repo. Let's say you put any name of the branch that does not exist. See, now it shows error. Let's go inside it and check. See, finished failure. See, if you see the error, could not find any revision to build. Please verify the repository and branch configuration for this job. Okay, if you get this kind of error, then you need to verify two, three things. First of all, see if the repository exists. If repository exists, see the branch configuration. Okay, then you will be able to find the error. Okay, so always make sure the repository URL is correct. It's in the it's public. Okay, for now it's public. We will also tell you how to connect with the private repo, but for now it's for public only. And check the branch naming convention. So we got to know that this is the error because there is no branch name available with the name master. You can verify here, right? So we'll just say here name. That's all. Now let's say we want to connect with the private repository. So I will go. Okay, this is a private repo. Let's go inside it. Let's say I want to clone this repo. I will just copy the URL HTTPS and branch name is main. So let's come up here and change the URL to private repo. The branch is fine because we have the main branch here as well. So no need to change. Let's apply, save. Let's click and build now. Hmm. Okay. Okay, surprisingly, build made it successful. Let's see what's wrong. It should have failed. Inventec private repo demo. Okay. Anyway, my fault actually. See, the name is private. That's fine, but see, it's actually public repo. So that's why it was able to clone it. Let me actually get a private repo. Private, yeah. See, this is a private, right? It is showing a private tag. So having private in the name, that doesn't mean the repo is private. This tag, here right side, the tag should be private. This is the private one. So let me copy the URL. Okay, so let's click on build now. I have not changed the URL. Let me go to configure and change the URL to this private repo. So here, I will replace it with the private repository URL. This is a private repo. See, here itself is showing error. Failed to connect the repository. This removed support password was removed. Authentication failed for this repository. Okay, see, it will not allow us without selecting the credential. Why? Because in GitHub, it is not possible to connect with the private repository without credentials. Even the branch name is correct, everything is correct, but until and unless you don't provide the correct credential for this repository, it won't work. So correct credential will be my username and the GitHub access token. Okay, so yeah, that we will see later tomorrow. Let me save this out and run the job. In there also you will get the same error. Let's build now. Okay, you see, this failed this time. Let's go inside it. The error fetching remote repo origin at the end authentication failed for support. Okay, so without credential it won't work. And tomorrow we'll see how to integrate credential and how to clone a private repo as well. Do we have any question, guys, for today's session? So just try these things. At least connect a public repo and run the job. Create some parameters. Are you good, guys? Or do we have any questions before I drop?
Not
Okay. Okay then. See you guys tomorrow. Till then, have a good day. Bye bye.
yeah. Thank
I will
you.
upload. Sure. I will upload the recording in next few minutes. Okay. Thank you all.